Together. I'm almost all clean in here. We're live. We're live.
Good morning.
Good morning, baby.
The lyrics go.
So happy together.
There's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We're going to talk about it today.
We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about the importance and the power of togetherness. Right back in a moment. Oh, I should have had the commercial ready. Right back in a moment. Pray for me to get my technology working in.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Like. Come on in the room. Because we need you. We're better together.
I need you.
You need me.
We're all a part
of God's great family.
Stand with me. Agree with me. I need you to survive.
I can't actually sing that song without crying.
There's like 10 songs you can't sing without crying. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How you doing?
Hey, Dr. Deborah. We used to sing that as a praise team at the close of service.
I know. I've seen it done at your church before.
We love that song.
If you want to go fast,
go solo.
Go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This is not a new concept. Okay.
You're supposed to put your hand in mine.
Oh.
Go together.
Go together. Good morning.
Good morning. You came through as Facebook user, probably because you're on one of the channels that doesn't allow StreamYard to put your name up. Just post your name right before good morning, and we'll be sure to.
Or just post the next post. Say,
yeah.
This is
such and such.
So we would love to greet you by name.
Absolutely.
So
because it's important that you're here. You're part of our together.
So far, you had a good morning. The weather seems to be cooperating. The sun is out.
Beautiful morning.
Yeah, the sun is out.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Plenty of light, all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready for my day as well. I have a good day that's steady, but it's not crowded.
Mine either.
Huh?
My day is not crowded either.
But it's steady?
But it is steady.
I like that myself. Okay.
A little bit.
You want to give yourself some air to be great. You want to be great. Tamika Ford, good morning.
We can see you now, Tamika. Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
Yep. Good morning. Tamika, now you've been coming regularly, my sister. You're going to need to get you a greeting song. Let's get you one. Tamika, and there's that song that speaks to your spirit that you want us to find your name in. First thing came to mind, Tamika, like siesta. No, but Tamika. Something.
I don't know the siesta song.
Oh, I can't do it for you. I can't do it right now.
Okay.
But that came to my mind.
Okay.
But Tamika, you might have a jam or a genre of music that you like. If you would recommend it to either Lisa or myself, or you can post it right now if you want to.
We will happily try to find
and we'll find you a greeting song. She likes siesta. Now I gotta find the rest of the song.
Find the rest of the song.
That's because
you set yourself up for that.
I did set myself up for that.
Okay. It happens to the best of us.
But we're gonna find you a jam, Tamika. Maybe it might be siesta rhythm. But we got to find some follow-up lyrics to it, to make it work.
Oh, we're grateful that you're with us this morning. Today is Thursday. Thursday has become Thoughtful Thursday for me.
Is this Thursday?
Although, please tell me it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday.
Because this week is all jumbled up. I was going to say it's Wear Your Wife Wednesday.
Well, it's Wear Your Wife Thursday for sure. So... I am currently wearing my wife.
Oh my God!
And those of you who are veterans of the show understand what that means.
No, you don't.
You have to elbow me and all that stuff. What's that about?
You needed that.
You don't hit in this house.
I did not hit you. I nudged you.
Did y'all see that? Assault?
I nudged you.
Nah, it was flat out assault. What's that about? We don't hit in this house like that.
Good morning.
We hit in this
Shirley.
house another way. We're not completely out.
Good morning, Shirley. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Shirley. To go far. Do it together. Now, it's great if your together includes couplehood.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't have to include couplehood. Your together could include association. Your together could include community. Your together could include partnership.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, Think and Grow Rich. I mean, they flat out just talk about you got to have some sort of a mastermind.
Got to.
Or you ain't going to make it.
Absolutely. Because if you're operating under the power of only one brain, good morning, Sister Barbara Holmes Smith, the international author, visionary of Empowering You. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. But Think and Grow Rich flat out said, if you're trying to build business or a life and you're not involving other brains, you're trying to do it alone,
you're doing it at a deficit.
You can't do it. It's what they basically said.
You basically
it ain't gonna work.
It must be Thursday. Good morning, Crystal. Hey, Crystal.
Good morning,
beautiful.
Crystal. So
we missed your women empowerment this week. Go ahead.
Going far, you got to go together. You got to involve other brains in your operation, in
your navigation. Understand there is an intense power to together. The word of God says that a three strand cord is not easily broken.
It could be husband, wife, and God. It could be you, parts of your team.
Absolutely. And even God chose not to do it alone. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? So three strand cord is not easily broken.
Even in the beginning of Jesus' mission here on earth.
That's right.
Beginning mission on earth. First thing he did was what?
Assemble a team.
Assemble my crew. Get my crew together.
Some partners.
Give me some boys. That's the first thing he did. It may not be the exact first thing he did, but certainly very beginning.
Absolutely.
Accumulating his
in the time. Actually, let me elaborate on that. The assemblage of the disciples was at the beginning of his ministry. Understand, as a visionary, you got to get your vision first. Because if you don't, you'll be bringing about chaos. Good morning, Shaki. Shaki, it's going to be a good day. Yes, it's going to be a good day. So understand, the visionary brought about the assemblage of the team to move the thought, the concept, the idea further, faster than he could have done on his own.
That's the leader's job, in my opinion, to establish what the vision is.
Leader's job.
Mr. Ken Newbill, the fatigue fixer himself.
Good morning, sir.
That's what he does. He helps adults learn how to fix chronic fatigue.
Absolutely.
That's what he does. And amongst other things. I know I'm not giving him full justice of all the things he does, but that's one thing that I know of that he does.
But the power of together. Understand, this month is going to bring back a together opportunity that we held so close and so near and dear. It's actually going to bring about two of them. First Friday networking this Friday.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow at 12 noon at Sophie's on Arbor Drive.
Yeah. Off of Mallet Creek, Arbor Drive. There's a restaurant called Sophie's. We're going to have our first live networking event of the year.
Absolutely.
Our first live networking event of the year. It's going to be a lunchtime event. We're going to have, you'll be able to buy your own lunch if you want to.
If you want to, that's right. But we're going to gather. We're going to introduce ourselves. We're going to eat. We're going to talk. We're going to fellowship. Lisa and I do really, really good at networking meetings because we've run them for many, many years now. But we're excited about this one. And you're going to meet somebody there that you may not know. And that you may decide should be a part of your brains, your team, your assemblage, your unity, your power of together.
I promise you, in every audience you get into, every group, there's people in that group that have done things you haven't.
Absolutely.
They've been places you haven't.
You can go directly to bit.ly/FFNJN. That's First Friday in January. Or you can simply go to All Things Empowerment, theempowermentduo.com, and choose First Friday Networking. But that's not the only opportunity that we're going to give you to be together. Mm-hmm. It's actually 3, because then on January the 19th, ladies, you get to bring your energy in the collective circle on on Thursday, January the 19th, we're going to have a networking Women's Empowerment Network's physical manifestation center. There's going to be all the energy in that space moving towards the success of your 2023. Then you can register for that at theempowermentduo.com also, because I don't want to keep on memorizing all these places, but you could.
This is against the water.
I don't think that's going to help me.
You're losing air.
I'm losing air. There's no air in the water.
Well, I know, but that'll help you to get it. Okay. Sounds exciting. Yes, Shaki, if you can make it, come on through. Barbara H. Smith says, come on, visionary, assemble the team. And that's strength in the coming together. How well I know that. Networking is key.
Absolutely.
Networking is key. She's exactly right. Come on all the way out the cocoon.
Come on all the way out. We are out of time out. Get out.
All the way out.
Get out. Get out.
Yep.
Get into the flow. That's what we want. Yeah.
Some of us have to relearn it.
Absolutely.
Even me, probably.
Some people have actually become agoraphobic as a result of 2023.
Agoraphobic sounds good. What's that word mean?
It's fear outside.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice lunchtime networking event. Now, Lisa and I have done these before. They always start smaller and then they get big. And the next thing you know, we got 35 people in a row. Okay, or 40 people in a row. But whoever's going to be, come on.
Come on in the room.
We're going to get together. Lisa's going to have a live women's networking meeting. And we're also going to do what we call our Friday night kickback.
Yes, right. Friday night kickback on January the 27th.
The 27th. Let me tell you about the kickbacks. Lisa and I used to do this thing called the kickbacks, Friday night kickbacks.
Mm-hmm.
It was always laid back.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Empowerment Center. We would just open up the center on Friday evening. Tell people bring whatever you want to bring, just come and chill. And the conversations, baby, were so impactful.
They were deep. They were grown folk, and they were everything.
Yeah, I mean, and we had people that we never even met before, but they heard about the Friday night kickback. They would come and talk about all kinds of stuff. Politicians.
We had politicians coming, which it really wasn't about that. It was really about real people and real thoughts. And sometimes politicians can be a little bit pandering.
It would be so funny and fun and sometimes educational. So we're going to do that again. A Friday night kickback. We're not going to do it every Friday. We're going to do it once
a month.
Yeah, once a month. And
preferably on the last or fourth Friday of the month.
Yep. Okay, that'll be preferably. And if it can work for your schedule, come on in.
Absolutely. You can register once again at theempowermentduo.com. Shirley says, I wish I could be there. I know, Shirley. You might have to bring us to Colorado to go ahead and create a kickback over there.
You sound like Wisconsin.
That's right. I know. That was the point.
Oh.
She left Wisconsin to go to Colorado.
Okay. That's what happened. Okay. Wow. That was pretty good then. That was pretty good. Going farther together. There was a song we were having so much challenges playing this morning on our system. The lyrics, you might know the lyrics. It goes, imagine me and you.
I do. I think about you
day and night. It's only right
to think about the girl you love and hold her tight.
So happy together. I was jacking up those lyrics in my head.
If I should call you up, invest a dime.
You don't have to sing it, baby.
Oh, okay.
Go back, please.
I'll go back. I love that song.
But the way I thought it was, imagine me and you and me. That might be later on in the song, actually. But anyway, us together.
That is the beginning of the song.
That's not what I just read.
Yeah, you did. That's the first line. Imagine me and you and me. I do.
Okay. So don't come for us, Wisco people, okay?
I know that's right. You didn't know you was from Wisconsin.
Don't come for us, Wisconsin people. You're from Wisconsin too, Shaki?
Shaki.
Did they ever put you off in a mansion? Off up in
Wisconsin?
Off up in Wisconsin.
Off up in Wisconsin.
T-Pain, that's what he do.
You just go ahead and make the word rhyme however you need to. And I promise you that's a truism because Mary J. started it. You grew up in Wisconsin? Okay. I didn't know that. Well, now we know.
It's going to be a name. What city in Wisconsin? It's going to be something. crazy, probably.
I don't know any cities.
The reason why I found it interesting name today out on LinkedIn. I saw this thing. Half the U.S. states are named after have a Native American influence in their name.
Well, what do you think that is?
25 of them exactly. 25 of the U.S. states have a Native American name.
You know what?
Yeah.
Because they stole it and didn't bother to rename it.
Yeah. Like,
let me take this and you can keep it called.
Kentucky was from the Kentuckies. Okay. Wisconsin, Massachusetts from the Massachusetts or something like that. 25 of the states. Mexico. New Mexico. How gangsta is that?
Right, that's gangster. Like that's low life gangster. That's not even like fly gangster. That's whack gangster.
It was so bad that we used to share. We had a border, okay, and our border was way up higher than it is right now. So we just decided, you know what, we're gonna make our border bigger and made it encroached into Mexico, or just took it.
That was a downer. Go ahead and bring me back up again, because Lord have mercy, I don't even know. Remind me of the power of together.
Together. There have been things in your life that by yourself you were struggling with, and someone came along and helped you, and it was easier. There was just, I told this story in this, I believe at least 10 times in this circle. I'm gonna tell it one more time.
Okay.
Dad comes home, goes to his 6-year-old son's room, and he sees his 6-year-old son in the room playing, and toys are everywhere. And the toy box is in the middle of the room. Dad says, son, put all your toys back in the box, and then push that box up against the wall. So his son does what his dad tells him. He puts all his toys in the box. Dad's in the doorway just watching. And after he gets all the toys in the toy box, he attempts to move the box to the wall. And the box is too heavy. It won't move. And he says, Dad, I can't move it. It's too heavy. He says, son, why don't you use all of your strength? So the kid bears down into it. I mean, getting into it, really, and he's trying. And he goes, Dad, I can't move it. He says, son, you're not using all your strength. Yes, I am, Dad. I'm using all my strength. No, you're not. I'm your father, and I love you, and I'm standing right here. I would have helped you the moment you asked me to help you. All you had to say, Dad, was help me, and I'll be glad to help you.
That's interesting. The first time that I heard that story, I actually didn't think that the son could have asked the dad for help. I actually, because I'm typically, before us, I feel like I typically did things by myself. And so my thought was to remedy that was to take the toys out of the toy box, push the toy box to the corner, and then put the toys back into the toy box.
And would that have been a better solution than to have someone help you?
No. It depends on your mindset. Okay. Because sometimes a fear mindset could make that seem like the best opportunity.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because before I met you, I always knew my life was going to be a great adventure. I had spent these 10 years in between my marriages, and I knew my life was going to be a great adventure. I knew I was going to do great things. I was going to go visit places. I was going to do cool stuff. I was going to take a river cruise. I was going to do all these things. I was going to go visit Alaska. And in my imagination and in my dreams of all the cool things I was going to do with the rest of my life, I was imagining myself doing them alone. And I was justifying, I would just meet cool people there. I would travel, meet people along the way, and meet cool people there. But once I met my wife, and once I got into couplehood and I found out we could be together, we could be in the car together, they won't drive me crazy, we could travel together, she's easy to travel with. So my dreams shifted from me going and doing these amazing adventures by myself to going and doing these amazing adventures with you. And it's a better vision. It's a better goal.
I think that's a result of a healthy togetherness. Katura says, mine would have been to move the box first and then put the toys in. I think my unhealthy togetherness my unhealthy power. Now, understand, I know that I am powerful individually, but in my unhealthy imagination of that power, the asking for help was not going to give me the results that I wanted, because it was going to force me to depend on somebody else. What if he was tired? Or compromise how I wanted my toys, my box put over there in the corner, or compromise what you just said? What's the last thing you just said?
Or potentially be rejected.
Absolutely, potentially be rejected. Didn't want any of that. So no, Dad. And plus, my relationship probably with the parental unit was more do it yourself or condemning if you ask for help.
Yeah, but that's not
Not
just
in
my
that
story.
scenario.
Because he said, "I'm your father and I love you and I'm here to help you."
Yeah,
and I would have.
Who does that and who has that? I never even heard of that.
Well, it's not foreign right now.
Other than God.
If you wanted me to move, if you want to move the couch, for example, okay, and you said, "Honey, help me move this couch," is there any possibility I wouldn't want to help you? I wouldn't do it.
No.
Of course not.
Matter of fact, there are things that I don't even attempt because I believe that you wouldn't want to see me doing them.
Right.
You would rather do them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. Interesting. She said she doesn't even attempt in the house because she believes her husband wouldn't want to see her doing that.
I don't even go near the trash. Not because I don't know how. Well, I know how to put things in it. Not because I don't know how, and not because I'm too good for it, but because I know that is one of the responsibilities that my husband does. I don't nag him about it. I don't talk about it. If the trash ever gets too much that I need it to be taken out, I'll take the bag out and put a new bag in, but that's as far as I'll go.
It's like I got her trained.
Katura says, Lisa, I understand that based on my past. Absolutely. Shaki says a bunch of tech companies started with a team because of someone's vision, even when they didn't get paid. Too often entrepreneurs start solo and struggle or die before they can be great. Does one need to ask for help when they can do it themselves? It just depends. If you're afraid to ask, that is when you have to identify your why and maybe do something different. Absolutely.
I love it, Shaki. This is an interesting topic for me because, like, for example, you guys all imagine doing some stuff to yourself. You can figure out a way. Lisa says, I would have moved the box first, okay? Now, in the military, I was in the military for 8 years. Yes, I was. And you'd get in trouble if you'd make a one-person job into a two-person job. Okay, if it's something that you can do by yourself,
do it.
You're supposed to. Okay, but if you try to make someone else help you to do something that they deem a one-person job, now you're making two men do something that one man could do. That's something else. That's something else the other man could have been doing. You're in trouble now. Okay, I've said that around Lisa a few times in the house.
Jokingly.
Yeah, jokingly. You turn this into a two-man job, and this is not supposed to be a two-man job. You're gonna get smoked for this.
And I was there, well, you can have it as a one-man job. I'll see you later.
Getting smoked, that means they work you out to exhaustion. Okay. That's what military is, getting smoked.
Getting smoked.
Lisa got smoked this morning, doggo!
Katura, please come and get your brother. Come and get your brother. Thank God the children are back in school. Because this is an adult show, but not that adult.
I ain't gonna say no.
I'm sorry, Shaki. I'm sorry, Sheila. I'm sorry. I don't know what else I can say, Barbara. I apologize for the behavior
for what?
Of my husband.
We married. We did our maritals.
Really?
I didn't say nothing but maritals. That's the word in the dictionary. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
I could have called it a lot of different things.
And you could not.
I mean, I couldn't.
You could not call it anything.
I could have called it. I could have used all kinds of words. Other words. It's too much.
That's enough.
That's too much.
Take a little bit.
See?
Not that much.
Stop.
Not that much.
Stop.
Shaki says, we know how your hubby be. He is extra honey. Tamika, whatever. She says, you guys are too funny. We love you. We're happy. Today we're talking about...
what city is Tamika in?
She's in this city.
You in Charlotte?
Yes.
Then maybe, Tamika, your schedule permit, you could join us for networking.
At First Friday Networking, maybe, for lunchtime. So we look forward to that. We look forward to those of you who are in the Charlotte area. It will be brief. We will be from 12 to 1, taking advantage of managing the time that we have with you. You won't have to stay. You won't have to go. Arbor Creek is close to Concord, Mallard Creek.
Yeah, Mallard Creek. I mean, you're there 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's there. So we're going to be there live. We went and had lunch there. The lunch is good. Okay, and it's moderately. It's normal lunch prices.
Yeah.
You know, $12, $15, something like that. If you choose to eat.
Oh, and if you choose to eat moderately, because they also have steak, y'all.
Yeah.
It's a steakhouse, but they have.
Yeah, did you have this like steak? Wait, I was gonna say you had this.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to talk about it.
I don't understand.
I asked you not to talk about it.
I'm not gonna.
All
talk
I
about
asked was you not to
I'm not
talk
gonna talk
about
about it,
it.
but I don't understand why not though. I don't understand. Okay.
I am stepping away from that food style.
That lifestyle. But
Yes.
look at all of this stuff
It
going
is
on.
delicious, but I don't want to focus on it.
Golly.
It was everything,
Anybody that comes, they're gonna be able to read the menu. So.
and they can have whatever's on the menu. But it
Golly.
is not going to be because of my recommendation. Because if they have it on their plate, I might have to get me a bite.
Golly. Did y'all see, Shaki, did you see all of this stuff? It's something that you've eaten there before. Oh my gosh, I don't understand.
The power of together. So understand that you can move further, faster with community. Now, many of you may or may not. We do have some friends that may not be in couplehood, like Brian said, but community moves things faster, further.
Friends and things that anybody you can bounce stuff off of, which brings to mind something else. Lisa mentioned that's what we're going to do on Friday, the first Friday networking. This upcoming Saturday, I'm doing a virtual get together. Virtual. I did a video last night, and on I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I made a post. What is the greatest book on selling ever written? What's the best book on how to sell you and your services ever written?
Sorry about that.
No problem. And that's a punchline, and the answer to the question is the best book on selling ever written is the one that you write.
Absolutely.
About your business. Because all the great books on sales, and I'm a fan of all of them. I'm a fan of all the greatest books on selling. But what they cannot factor in is you. And they can't factor your personality in. And you have a right to your personality. So I'm going to lead a workshop this upcoming Saturday. And I'm going to talk about selling ideologies, selling thought processes. And I'm going to show folks how to write their own greatest sales manual. And this upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m. Upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m. And I'll put it in the it's a Bitly link.
It's already in the empowermentduo.com.
But if you want to know it right now, it's bit.ly.com/sales manual.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
You remembered it. I'm so proud of you.
I made it. I put it in. It made it simple for me. Okay. You make it simple for you, which is because your brain works different than mine. But it's bit.ly.com/sales manual. You're registered there. We got great people registered already in the room.
And sales is the S in sales is the only thing that's capitalized.
Right. Sales manual. That's it.
See, I would have never done that.
Okay.
I would have did sales capital manual, but that's fine.
Okay. I didn't do manual. The M is not capitalized.
I know. That's why I wrote it.
Okay, good. But that's where it is. So that's upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m. Now, I'm going to quote some of my favorite poets of the 80s. Okay.
Listen up.
See, Lisa's this is my baby. Go ahead. I ain't even have to say it. As soon as I said I'm gonna quote my poets of the 80s, my baby knew what I was gonna say. Go ahead, baby.
Listen up, homeboys. Give this a thought.
Go ahead.
The next time somebody's teaching, why don't you get taught?
Exactly. Listen up, homeboy. Give this a thought. The next time someone's teaching, why don't you get taught? It's like that. And that's the way it is. Now, I'm teaching. I'm going to teach for free. And if someone's teaching, you should get taught. Okay? How much education do you need to successfully navigate your way through life? How much do you really need? How much do you really need to learn? How much do you really need to study? How much do you need to study past school? How much informal education do you really need? Here's the correct answer. As much as you can get. Your education should never end. You should get your education and then get your education, and then get your education, and then get your education. You should always teach yourself some things. Learn some things.
Absolutely.
Keep yourself green and growing,
as opposed to
ripe and rotting. But that was actually impressive to me. Now,
Lisa, you know who we need to have on again? I'm sorry, go ahead. You were going to say
Lisa. It was impressive to me that Lisa, as soon as I said my poems, Lisa knew where I was going, because how would she know that? How would she know that? Maybe she's seen me do it once or twice. Okay.
Well, to be quite honest, much of when I think back to the origin of us getting together, and I got a chance to talk to my brothers a little bit in the recent past couple of weeks or whatever. When we got together, much of our unification period was almost cocoonish. It was almost hibernation. We excluded almost everybody else from our sphere when we were getting to know one another. We spent a lot of time getting to know one another. And it wasn't anything negative. It was just what it was.
I was feeding her, y'all. Breakfast, lunch, dinners. We was out and about doing our thing. We was in the car.
We were working and fellowshipping. That was really the primary. That was all we were doing. We were continuing to do us, and we were continuing to do us individually, and then doing us as a unit. So we spent a lot of time in couplehood.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my brother Patrick saying, I want to say 4 years in or maybe 5 years in, he said, I knew that was the dude because you dropped me like I wasn't even here. And he wasn't here. But Patrick and I were a lot closer before Brian than after Brian.
Y'all had to go. There was a lot of people that had to get out of your way, get out of the way. They had to get out of the sphere.
Just temporarily, because we had to synergize. We had to synergize. That means that we had to create the us vision. And that meant that it had to be us time.
Lisa had this facility before she met me. It was called the Empowerment Center. It was a two office suite with a meeting room. Okay, nice, cute little office. Okay, and but they had regular people popping in there doing their things before I got on the scene. But when I came on the scene, I really came on the scene. I mean, I was like leading stuff, and I was facilitating this and running things right away. And one of Lisa's friends called herself telling me off one day. I thought it was cute. Okay. It was an older lady. She goes, let me take, because I was trying to tell them to do something or move something or get out or whatever. That's what I was doing.
Because it wasn't time for them to be in that space.
But she came to me, she says, let me tell you something. Not everybody's thrilled that you're here, and not everybody this. And I was like, okay, fine, but you still got to go.
God bless. That is Miss Martis that he is talking about. I love her. And I am so grateful that we continue to have her as one of our angels. She has returned to source. And I actually preached her eulogy. And she has been a very, very influential part of our team.
I remember that service that you preached, that eulogy. I remember the funeral director of that church had a green lipstick. And I was like, what the heck is that about? Okay.
That was her choice. But she was the same funeral director that handled Dr. Dunstan.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Katura says, yes, couples bonding is needed. It is needed.
Katura and Tarnaz have couple bonding time.
They had couple bonding time a lot.
And their dogs.
Well, before there were dogs, there were them.
Yes.
And in the beginning of their union, I was grateful that we were all part of their community, but that respectfully, they had time to really unify.
One day, Lisa and I are going to get 2 dogs. One day. I watched a documentary with Tiger Woods last night with the cigar, and it was a great cigar, and I watched a great documentary on Tiger Woods, 2-part documentary on one of the Hulu channels. And it was really, really fascinating, his ups and downs and his highs and lows. And he grew up with 2 dogs in the house. And when he got married with little kids, he ended up having 2 dogs. and they had him all trained and everything. And it was that's just his life. He always had him in his life. So I was like, man, that was kind of cool.
At this time, I would typically draw a card.
See what I'm doing, y'all? I'm planting seeds in Lisa's head.
So, Katura, I would like to ask you, and I know that you and Tarnaz travel as much as we would like to, as much as I would like not to have any tethers. How do you handle the responsibility of your 2 dogs and as much of the travel as you all do? Is there boarding? Do you leave them with family and friends? How do you mitigate that? I'm curious.
I would just let them out. Let them roam, in the city until we get back. They'd be pack animals. They probably meet up with other dogs, form packs.
Jesus. This time I would normally read a card, and I'm going to, instead of reading the card today, the scripture that came up for the day, because I do a daily word every morning. This particular word was from Ecclesiastes chapter, exactly. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. It says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor.
That is such a powerful scripture.
Absolutely.
2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor.
Absolutely.
They get more done. Sister Barbara, Lisa's right. She's right. We do travel, a bunch. And this year, we're going to end up traveling more than we have last year. We're going to do a lot. We got plans. We got stuff to get done. We're going to be on the road. We're going to be flying here and there. So I can understand her hesitancy. I can understand it.
Katura says, we pay family members to come to our home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To come to the house and take care of the dogs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
See? There's a way, baby. I'll help you. We drove by a dog boarding place here in Charlotte last
dog
week.
Boarding places are typically full and they are expensive.
Doesn't mean they're always full.
I said typically. I did not say always.
And if the only challenge is money, just make more money.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's it.
Yeah. How about no? How about do not create a problem and you won't have to find a solution?
One of the things my wife has said about her husband one time before, and I didn't understand what she meant. She goes, well, he's kind of sneaky. Okay. She thought I was sneaky because I will end up just getting it. Okay. She might show up one day and the dog is here, and that's that. Okay. After kitten sitting for 2 weeks, I realized that I do not need a pet. Dr. Deborah Dunstan, kitten sat for 2 weeks.
I don't know what kitten sitting does that in.
You got to keep it fed. You got to make sure that the box is clean.
Oh, no, thank you.
Litter box is clean. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. We always had a cat.
You had to
and
have
I
a cat.
always had a litter box cleaning detail.
You had to because the girls couldn't do it.
Yeah, I always did that.
But I mean, it's not healthy for women to do cat box duty.
I didn't know that, but that sounds like something that they just say.
No, it is not.
That's what it sounds like, though.
Anyway.
Hey, fam, who's that?
Said barter with families that have pets. No.
That makes sense to me, too. That makes a lot of sense. A pets or no pets is easy for me to decide. I am allergic to pet dander, and so no to the pets.
Or you can have one of those bald-headed pets.
Yep, hairless.
There's a dander-free dog that Pat Dellinger actually.
Yeah, she breeds. Has golden doodles.
Yep, hybridoodles.
Okay. Judy Floyd says, I don't have time for another baby to look after. Nope.
Thank you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Dr. Deborah Dunstan said, I had to find an additional sitter when I went to my mom's. Wow.
You're a sitter that had to hire a sitter? A sitter. Or I can have fish, Barbara says, or I can have fish, which I do. We have fish too.
Who has fish?
We have fish. I watch them. He takes care of them. Which would be the same thing if he had a dog. I would watch it. He would take care of it.
You don't do a thing for the fish. You don't lift a finger.
I speak to them now that I can see them, that you have the tank beautiful. I stopped speaking to them for a while.
Oh, my gosh. You speak to the fish now?
I do. Okay. I speak to them on the way up every day.
Okay.
And on the way down. So pretty. I even talked to Amy and
the other plant
Oh
downstairs
my
you got?
God. Penelope.
Yes.
Amaryllis and Penelope.
Yes. Okay.
I know that's right. She says, I don't want another mouth to feed. Who is Facebook user now? I know Tamika left. And
Whoever said another.
another.
I understand what you
I think
mean.
that is author Lynette.
Y'all have to have a pet too. Okay. Dave Chappelle says this is a marital advice he gives every couple. He says for every couple he knows is about to get married, he gives them the same advice. He says, get a dog because she ain't gonna always love you. So get you a dog. Okay.
Okay. Tamika's still here.
Yummy,
Sophia
President. So that another makes sense now.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sophia. How you doing?
Good morning. Katura says pets are therapeutic. They help with depression and just overall happiness. Yes. Show the shopping.
She's right.
Dr. Deborah says even my plant almost died while I was in Charlotte. May need to get a cactus.
I recommend
Penelope
cactus.
is actually a quite sturdy plant.
Yeah, it is.
Penelope is downstairs, not the amaryllis.
Right.
This is Amy.
I do recommend the cactus, okay, because there's some beautiful cactus, and they live and they will live, and it's low maintenance. Okay.
There's actually some plants that don't require dirt or water. And they're air plants, and I think that they are fantastic looking succulents. You actually can sit them out on your desk, and they live.
Good morning to everyone who has a heart to care, a spirit to give, and a willingness to not only make, but be a difference. This day affords you an opportunity to provide someone with a magical moment in life. Do that. I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. Good morning, Mark Greer. How you doing? Mark Greer, what's your feeling on this, man? Now, today's topic was together. And we look at this community as being together. But we kind of morphed into this thing. I already know how it's going to end up. Okay, Okay. We're going to end up with a dog or two dogs, and they're going to like you more than me, and you're going to take them as your own. That's what's going to happen.
Not if you get them ugly dogs you keep talking about.
I'm going to get the dog that I want to get, and I'm going to be happy about that, but at least it's going to end up having it. That's what's going to happen, y'all.
If my dog cannot wear a sexy outfit, I don't
It's not going to be able to wear no sexy outfits. No. See what I mean? She's thinking a sexy outfit for the dog? No. That's not what I want to do.
And some hairstyles? Yes.
No. Get you a doll baby. You got a doll baby in that room.
Baby.
So we're not doing that with the dog, see? I'm not buying that kind of dog.
Don't. See?
Sexy
See how easy
style.
that was? No dog.
No, I'm going to get a dog, but I'm not getting that kind of dog. There's a much better compromise than no dog or putting sexy clothes on a dog. What kind of crap is that?
Cute clothes. They don't have to be sexy.
You said sexy.
I know I did, but I'm saying it now. Cute clothes. Cute clothes. They need to be females.
I'm going to compromise.
Females.
I'm going to compromise.
And they need to have cute clothes. I don't know how you dress boy dogs.
You don't need to dress a dog. It's got fur on it. Ugh. Sexy dog outfits. We have a friend, Charles French, who's an actual haberdasher, and he makes these dog formal attire.
I could dig that for pictures and for weddings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Dog formal, and it's only like for the upper part of the body. Yeah,
it's a dickie.
And
that's all.
The dog can sit there, and it looks like it's a formal, like a vest and all that. But Charles makes those.
Katura says, "I dress Piper." How big is Piper? I have 2 raincoats that I need to get rid of. 2 raincoats, but they're for
dog raincoats.
Yes, 2 dog raincoats that I need to get rid of. That for a dog about this size. Not the whole dog. The dog's upper body is about this size.
Oh,
those are some big ass dogs.
65 pounds. Yeah, that's about right. A real dog.
No, I don't want that.
Yes, we
I
do.
can't carry a 65 pounds in my purse.
You're supposed to carry a 65-pound dog in your purse. Thanks for that. I'm not getting a daggone purse dog. I don't even want that.
30 pounds or less. 25 pounds or less.
No, that's not going to work either. I would say 50 pounds or less.
Hell no. Who do I look like?
You don't have to lift it up. Take that away. You're not lifting
them
up.
guns, them guns.
Sun's out, guns out. Okay, you don't have to lift it up, baby. You have a different idea of what a dog is than I do. Put it in a purse, put on clothes. That's not what I think of when I think of a dog.
That's what I want the dog for.
I don't want a dog like that. I want to be able to play with it. Someone said compromise, Brian. Okay, good morning, sister Sheila. Someone says compromise, Brian. There's a story about this husband and wife. They come into, they get an inheritance of $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She wanted to buy a mink coat with the money. Mm-hmm. He wanted to buy a sports car with the money. Mm-hmm. She wants the mink coat. Mm-hmm. He wants the sports car. Mm-hmm. $20,000. That's what they want to do. So they compromised. They bought the mink coat, mm-hmm. but they keep it in the garage. That's the kind of compromise you want.
Yes. Same thing, yes. I do. And that's the power of together. You know that that's going to work.
I know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up with a 50-pound old English bulldog.
No, they don't even have any hair I can comb or braid. No.
I'm definitely not getting a dog now with hair that you can comb or braid. It's going to be a short hair for certain now because I don't want you combing the hair and I don't want you braiding the dog's hair. I don't want that.
I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that.
I don't want none of that.
None of that.
I won't even have a dog then.
It's about that time. I'm so glad that you guys stayed here with us together through all of these shenanigans.
I don't know why I never got any comments today.
Because they're on other pages.
Okay.
So this morning, the first one in the room was Dr. Deborah.
She has a song?
Deborah, healing, trauma, and deliverance coach. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna read it. You're gonna see us one day. When we come here, I'm gonna have our puppy. Okay, it's gonna be like this big. Okay, on the show. I might do it today, baby. I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like your eye rolling and all of this stuff.
You will not.
I might do it today. You keep playing with me.
Don't do it. I'll call the landlord.
We went to.
We're renting here.
Lisa was away, and I went and visited an animal shelter, and boy, I almost came home with one. You know why they didn't come home with one? Because they have this policy
that if you happen to be married, guess what?
All the adults have to agree. Okay, so they had to call Lisa and get her to say yeah, and I wouldn't, and she threw water on my drapes. So anyway, come back. Okay.
Comments.
All right. So Dr. Deborah Dunstan. Up next was
Tamika.
Tamika. I'll find the rest of that.
He's gonna find it. Good morning, Shirley. We still haven't come up with your song. Good morning, Barbara.
Is Barbara A. Smith?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It is not.
Oh, she's from Brick House, right?
Yes. She's Barbara A. Smith. Ow.
That's what I said.
She's Mata.
Just getting the stage fright out. She's Barbara A. Smith.
Ow. Love it, Barbara. Thank you, Judah.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning, Judah. Good morning, Crystal Blake is in the air.
Crystal Blake is everywhere, helping families ensure their needs. Crystal Blake will do it with ease.
It's Katura, baby.
Back to life, back to Katura Green.
However do you want it,
however do you need it?
Do you need it?
Guess who's back?
Back
again.
Again.
Shocky's back.
Back.
Tell a friend.
Yes, Shocky.
Shocky's back. Shocky's back.
I created a monster.
That's right. Shocky is back. And that song is pretty cool, I think. Shocky's jam. Go back to the comments so we can get to the rest of the songs.
Yes.
Because Shocky was regular with us. Even in our live networking, Shocky was a regular participant in our live networking.
I hope that she comes to First Friday Networking on this Friday.
Yep.
And I
But
definitely
then she was
hope
away
her and
from us
Joseph
for a
come
while.
to the kickback. Yeah, she was gone for a minute.
And then she came back to
And
us.
we are happy to re-embrace her.
We should reach out to the people that we remember that used to come to our lives.
Absolutely. I did this morning. I started.
Remember Zoila Esperanza?
Soila. I don't think she lives. Yeah, it begins with Z, but I think it's pronounced Soila.
We always have that thing. Every time I say Zoila Esperanza, you got to give me this whole thing.
I'm sorry. You can say it however you like if that makes you happy. If it causes you pause.
You got to give me this whole speech every single time.
If it causes you pause, please say it however you would like to.
I know it starts with Z, but it's pronounced soy. But
Remember
she was
Rodney
a regular.
McGill used to come to the Friday night kickbacks.
Rodney McGill came to the kickbacks, and that was always wonderful
I
because
reached out to him actually.
him and I would always have a differing opinion.
Absolutely, that's why I invited him.
And the debates would be lively
and real, like articulate, not just fighting for fighting.
I would
sake.
love to have the Greens at the Friday night.
I
kickback.
know if you guys are in town for the Friday night kickback, it's at 7 p.m., which I know is date night, but it really is sort of a date
one
night
a month,
experience, and it's only once a month.
Yep. I would love to have Chef Rev and his wife.
Oh, that would be nice.
I would love to have the Mattiers there.
Amen.
Yeah.
Coming all the way from Indian Trail might be difficult.
Yeah.
At that time of night.
It might be.
Well, that shows our age. 7 p.m. is that time of night.
4 o'clock. Who calling me this time of night?
This time of night.
Is that it? Cool.
No, I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. Mama's on fire! Yeah.
She'd be great at the kickback too.
Yes,
because she laughs easy.
Yeah, she lives off. We could get her.
Okay, cool.
Brother Mark is here.
So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's my man throwing down.
Dr. Beverly's here.
Thank you. There she is. Dr. Beverly, I was missing you. She goes, hi, I love y'all. Good morning, great, awesome people. I had to hustle, grind, and execute this morning. Almost missed this empowerment. Yes, but Dr. Beverly, you're a part of our togetherness.
And we're glad that you were here.
That's what we're talking about. You're part of our togetherness. But she has a logo and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Dr. Beverly's on the show. Yes, get 2 dogs. You're right, Sister Sheila. I think that's what I'm going to do. Take the eye out, Ryan.
Yes, please.
What eye out?
The eye out. I'm going to get, I'm going to do, I'm going to buy, I'm going to get.
I'm going to get 2 dogs. Sheila Gothard, do you have dogs?
Katura says she's going to be at Atlanta for a dance weekend. Is that for the kickback weekend or for the luncheon time?
I'll be. So it sounds like that's when she's going to be there.
I'll be in Atlanta for a dance weekend.
She knows it's on the 27th.
On the 27th. Yep, absolutely. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, I think we'll get 2 dogs. Okay. Now, if we get Lisa a toy dog and me a mid-size...
I don't want a toy dog. I just want a small size. I don't want like one of those, like, I don't want a frail dog. I don't want that.
It's got to be the kind of dogs that get along. I'm willing to compromise from getting... I wanted a big dog.
I don't want no
So
dogs.
now I'm going to...
Like, really,
I'm compromising.
I'm
compromising. I'm going to get a mid-size dog. But I want the dog to have a job. And it's got to be a security dog. It's got to be able to watch the property. And I got to be able to know the dog is going to be able to listen for the doorbell. It's got to be able to work, do something. Okay. That's the other thing, too. All my fish have jobs. And my pets got to have a job. You know, and in our home...
All my husbands have a job.
That's right. In our home, everybody has to work. Okay? Everybody has to work. The fish, none of my fish are in there just for the sport of being in there. They're all there for a specific purpose.
It's 8:52 because you can go on with this foolishness.
I can, okay? I can because we just did our greeting songs. But even the dog has to be able to do something.
Sheila says the dynamics with 2 dogs is great. They keep each other company, especially since you don't have children in the home. Absolutely.
Especially since we don't have children in the home. Exactly right. It's just us 2 in the house. That's it. So, and there is room for the dogs.
And our fish. We have fish.
There's room for it, baby.
We could get a cat.
We can go get a dog today.
No.
We could.
No.
Yes, we could. We're physically able to do it.
Nope. Not
You say it as if it's an impossibility.
Okay. Well, no.
Did you know that there's nothing impossible with God?
I love you.
You trying to say,
I love y'all.
You trying to say that God is something that God can't make happen, Lisa?
Don't forget to have sex, Katura.
Because we already did today. You know what I mean?